with some storylines too.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about Mizzino, King, Osboss even. You go all the way back to 2022 Reykjavik. That's where Osboss debuted, and that's when
Just streaming your browser.
They were going back and forth for the one qualifying spot that Latam would have at that event. Then you go towards the
which makes life easier.
Mizzino, they then
Also don't want you to slip up.
the first year partnership, but the second
I ain't gonna do that, bro.
That Leviathan team makes that run at champs.
Oh, I've streamed before, bro. I've streamed before. But you're gonna.
America.
Oh, I don't know if you want to do that.
Kind of middle in gear at best, you know, with Osboss, MIBR.
Alright,
Lev having strong
I'll work on my
finding
PC
a lot of
too. Why not?
success. And
Let me turn off my
now, in
music.
the present day,
Listen to
it's
Kodak
King,
Black, by the way.
his attempt at
Why
Yeah,
is
cool.
it not
for
picking
success
up
of being
desktop?
surrounded by these young upcoming players. who
Maybe
have been
because you're a fucking
extremely
bitch.
strong so far this year. And then Mizzino,
Let me know if that
coming
was
back
funny.
together to try and get the magic of
Put in the
the
comments down
Leviathan
below,
team activated,
actually.
bringing in Zekin. Take a look at the maps here. MIBR, they're going to select the Breeze first. Both these teams are 0-1 on Breeze.
Fuck, that's
at
the
the
wrong
moment.
fucking live stream.
MIBR, they
Clicked
suffered
on
that loss to
blast.
C9, and in the series where ultimately
Can you tell
This
me
one.
if you can hear
G2,
yourself?
2-1,
Well,
that
definitely
was
on
the one map
Discord.
they lost. It was the first one, and it was
Actually,
kind
no,
of a
I
blowout
can't.
too.
I'll just mute on
This to me
Discord.
is very surprising that we don't see MIBR try and get back on the split.
Hello.
Maps where their insistence on playing the
Nah.
Breeze or jet-based
Wait.
comps doesn't really get punished, right? It's still very relevant on that kind of map.
I did not hear myself.
Going to be permabanning Lotus. They don't want to go there. So interesting that we get Breeze coming up here and a float of Bind, which might be relevant as we advance further on through the piece here. Now, one thing I want to point out is that MIBR do not play a scan initiator on Breeze right now.
Yeah, which I think is some absolute madness, I'm gonna be honest. Over on Lev, though, I was looking to see if they were going to switch their comp after only getting 6 rounds versus G2, and yeah, that is the case. They're now pivoting into the Harbor, which has been ultra popular in Americas, and in addition to that, they're going to bring in the Jet for Neon. Jet, obviously, one of the best agents in the game when you're talking about the ability to take over with the AWP, and
Wait, can you
Neon
speak?
is kind of a scoped weapons specialist, so despite him flexing around a lot more post kickoff, this is an opportunity for him to be a takeover. Talking about the ability to take over with the AWP, and
Wait, can you
Neon
speak?
is kind of a scoped weapons specialist. So despite him flexing around, is viable. It is Breeze.
Yeah. And obviously, prior to this, we've seen the Phoenix and Neon comps just basically played arbitrarily on every
No, I can't hear you.
They're one of the first
Just
teams
get
to
up
adopt
the
them
volume.
and
Yeah.
add it in this region. But now we start
I
to see
bet.
some of the niche cases
I
explode.
bet.
So Neon will be playing Jet, Spike will be on Neon. You're gonna have to get used to it.
Alright, let's look in.
Following
Let's
Leviathan
look in.
So far this stage, this has been a fixture of things. But I'm definitely going to have my eyes closely on MIBR here because they really suffered against the ISO pick from Cloud9 against them. That's a lost series that we kind of glossed over here. Let's jump into the action though, with Leviathan teasing A with all 5 players.
Fucking streaming lag. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because I'm still streaming on Discord.
I like the disruptive attempt.
No, my stream's like the stream on YouTube lagging for me. I'm just watching it myself.
They're already well and truly on this site though. Mizzino not able to really slow them down whatsoever. Playing from outside of the wall here at the back of the site. We've got
I thought you were watching me and that.
now come down, so it's time to fight.
So I was going to say I've got 0% drop ratings, so you might be schizo.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it.
Lev play fully to
Because it'll have lag. And you know, I need to help you with these comms and your fucking shite.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's way too dangerous. Like if you leave your harbor in that back corner,
Is that
it's
a
going
keyboard?
to be
Oh,
it's
Super
gonna be
Strike.
on the top, and Neon's running out of right. So
Just looks
I
like
feel
a
they just
keyboard
need to play
that
hard
I
and
have
play to
owned.
get back in, but they're lacking util.
Nah, bro, he ain't know you.
Outside of that one flash from the sky.
Wait,
He ain't know you like that.
can you say my keyboard?
I'm going to be looking pretty closely to see if there is
Yeah, I
an
got
interest
you.
in trying to anchor a bit more into these sites as we get
Former
things going on, because
Battlefront
that's
Pro.
something that I thought, you know, G2 was especially good, you know, in their showing. Open up.
Okay.
There's Neon
Okay.
lining them up, though, but there's no protection whatsoever
Oh.
for MIBR.
Wallahi sheen.
Gunned down behind the cove.
Neon on Jet? That's confusing.
Starting off
Neon
around,
on
it's
Jet,
into
and then
some
Spikes
kind
in
of
is on
aggression.
Neon.
That cove gets thrown in the air, so it's creating like a virtual one-way for a few seconds as it falls. So those
yeah.
players from MIBR in the choke just couldn't see
Neon on Jet.
Is it?
Neon up on this
Okay,
corner
Neon.
side, no good there from Zekin.
Was that 4K?
Fine, but Neon exits around
Yeah.
with 4 kills. We're off to the races. Yeah, reference
That's-
the
that's some
He
good
can
shit.
That was
get
Leviathan's
his
last
Jet
round.
ult online.
They got crushed. They only got 6 rounds against that team, and a lot of it was
Damn.
anchoring from G2
It
in
was
the
fucking rude too.
All that for a fucking smoke.
Yeah, there was
I don't think you can say that word.
some critique thrown
No,
by,
'cause,
Sato playing the Neon. Because they have
No,
someone
'cause
coming in
at
who is
first
a
I had
straight-up
it so,
Neon specialist. When he bursts
the
on the scene,
content
he
was
knows
quote
as being
unquote
a
made for
one-trick
kids.
Neon ranked demon before getting into the
Plus they
Challenger.
really don't care if you
So want a
swear
guy on Neon
on
as
live
much as
stream.
possible.
It does mean you have a bit of a
It's
And that
videos.
looks like two different things.
with
So.
Sato on controller, which is a rare sight. Here's the fast lane already.
Like, I'm fine to stream with people, it's just see if I'm recording. That's when I need to turn off desktop audio.
Beautiful. That recon into the Astra stun. That's why you like a Sova on this map.
Which, you know, it's weird because obviously I can't edit a fucking live stream. That I can obviously edit stuff out of videos, but
Seems lagging so bad.
what, mine?
Mizzino
The
should
fuck?
be
Nah,
absolutely
oh, it's because I'm doing that update, bro.
There's no reason he should be winning this at all. Either
I'm
angle he goes,
downloading
there's two players
MW
ready to
2019.
the execute from Leather with
Honestly.
Spire and MIBR
I don't even wanna,
cannot just have
like,
one guy
fucking play it, I'm
loosely
gonna be real.
anchoring backside. They are
I'm
going to
doing
get
it for
run
Jordan.
down by this comp. There were so many nice layers to that. There's the code
Jordan
for
wants me to
Jordan
get a
King
fucking
gets activated as a shield, so they can't get
thing.
stunned while they're entering into the site.
Jordan wants me to get Injustice, I'm just like, maybe not.
In stereo with the Jet. There's a
I mean,
recon backside.
you actually will
Hey,
never play a new game ever in your life.
Just be one guy holding a site against this
Quite a
comp.
thing though.
As an
I mean, I'm
Astra
playing it
tucked
loose.
in, hoping
I'm
the
gonna
rest of
play
your
it.
team's gonna flood and save you. You're destroyed.
No, I've
Right?
already
You're
played
actually
Injustice on my
destroyed.
Xbox, I've just never played it on PC.
So they really don't have a whole lot of stopping power here. And either they
Gonna
all
be the
anchor
same.
the site and fight, or they have to play off of it. We saw
Come
the
on,
pistol win. Not exactly
please.
the best outing for MIBR.
Yeah, this is not a situation where you're on a map where you love to run the Vice, which Texas.
Oh, that fucking shit-ass Phantom skin.
Actually slow down a Neon.
Ooh, that
which is
Phantom
not really
skin.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to swear, buddy, we're on air.
Second already
Oh,
very little after.
it's a family show.
I mean, it almost feels like he is playing that like he was Vice in that situation, you know? Like trying to stay
That was
in
ball
and slow it,
knowledge.
but he has no options
Nowhere to
there.
go. It's too easy just to.
Want biscuits, ball knowledge. My music
So
taste
Leather
scares
now, they're
people.
just spread across the map, trying to ensure that they're not.
This
getting
just
pushed
turned
by
into
MIBR.
schizo live stream, bro, I'm
Did a great
telling
read
you.
on that on the first anti-eco, just shutting them down in B-man, but yeah, MIBR also.
Bro,
quite
2 people
at the
have
moment,
Phantom skin.
just playing with a
Oh,
couple
I'm gonna
sheriffs.
kill someone.
Second already super weak.
It's a nice skin.
Blazins saw everything he
In
needed.
Minecraft, in
At least he
Minecraft.
knew that the sheriff
In
play was on
GTA.
the right and likely know what he embedded in this B site.
Yeah, and that was the Stinger taking a
In
lot
Oh,
GTA
of
bad
6,
aim
I'm
from
gonna
us.
kill someone.
down mid,
Us.
just caught and killed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait,
Damn.
you're way ahead of
One
me.
recon. Well, actually, Blitz doesn't have the recon yet, so Alphonse is in a terrible position, but overwhelmed with the sheriff. You hate to have a sheriff against this lighting Neon. Yeah, what a shot from Bruno.
As both duels down to his hand. 30 seconds left for a punch to go off here. 3 up, 4 living time still. Aaron Gordon slowly with finds down from MIBR. He's trying to swing this wall though, and that's maybe why you want the spy in some cases. At least you have a flash to play off here. So it's traded out. Zakin is low for the first encounter of the round. Has a stinger to hand. And Tex is in play. You know, looking for some action. Hasn't seen much of it this round. And he will have.
We're perfectly synced.
Position here in A main.
Ooh, they don't know that both have crossed
See, as long as my
there.
Wi-Fi doesn't cut out,
Assist King on site.
we're chilling.
Zakin did at least.
That's a big F. That's a big F.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Beautiful art by King.
Alright,
Yes, King.
alright.
They didn't know the two players
Yes,
had crossed,
King.
but Blazin sees it before it's too late.
Yeah, one of the advantages of having the harbor is that those cove refreshes are 30 seconds. That's super fast compared to the other smoke. So he's able to just cycle those out. Having
What I'll do is see if this is like a 2-0. What I'll do is I'll just
Yeah.
make an EMA power ranking before playoffs start.
Free is 2 kills. Already
Publish
charging
that
reaching back up.
tonight.
He uses that around because things are awkward, and I'm not mad at that. He gets it so early in the game, right? Just send it out to confirm that win.
Play Swift play and get egos. I get you.
And you probably want to see them try and make more use of that, at least to maybe fight through some of the high tides that Mizzino sets up for them, try and be disruptive as Leviathan goes for these hits. But we ain't seeing that.
Oh, that is a deep recon that is about to connect onto Tex, by the way.
got him.
That's crazy. Oh my god,
Jesus
it's Mizzino too.
Christ.
Neither of them were able to break it. Did Mizzino think he was out of range?
I think Mizzino was
Didn't know it was up there, and then yeah, like peeked
To be
out
fair, I
and
did say
runs into
either
that well.
Lev or MIBR will go undefeated in their group.
And
The
MIBR
scan initiator conversation on this map versus the solo sky.
I'm the
Rears
devil's-
its ugly head, Mitch.
I'm the devil's advocate about the
I don't
flash in
think
that
the
previous
dog
round.
was spotting all those players if you switch the comps around.
It is, and you know what's so funny? When we saw MIBR go up against Cloud9 on this map recently, I
How
was
many
like, oh,
ends
Sky
are
might
there?
play the Sky, even in some weird cases. You know, I'm getting ready
Like
to be
cabs
mad at them.
and...
No, they're playing.
Nah, it's EN.
Standard MIBR with the dog,
Mm.
and the internal K9 has become external for MIBR, but they are very behind in this matchup so far. Black team gonna go.
He's popping me off!
Oh,
Alright, well, Neon gets
oh
both.
no.
They save the AWP but lose the other two weapons. Lev are filthy rich. Actually in the 1%.
That's actually disgusting.
You have to set something up around his operator here. How do you?
Time
That
out.
whiff is fatal.
Time out.
Where is the line supposed to be?
Thank you for that. I'll make sure you use that pun in this video.
What?
But if you take a deep B main
What pun?
That whiff is lethal. They died right after he whiffed.
I said fatal.
Oh,
everyone else
same
has bad guns, so you can't
Either
really
way, you died.
be efficiently held if someone swings window and you try to take a close B main pick,
Yeah.
but you'd want to do something aggro.
That's not really a
because
pun.
If you're taking passive lines, you're just going to be standing behind smokes doing nothing. But, you know, he doesn't really
pun would
have
be like-
the best support to go crazy aggro.
I don't even know, bro.
Maybe aiming
That's the
aggro
best
pick
pun
is
I've
gonna
ever
be
heard.
Early swing.
Thank you, thank you. They did call me the Joker.
In A main and like have a hold it offline for a second. Can you get
Yeah, I
away with
remember
it?
that.
They do, trust me. All of them, they do. You gotta, like, if you don't believe me, you know, you just gotta. That's like the big.
That's the world we live in when everyone has a shot.
I'm gonna check what America's games are tomorrow.
5-0 for Leviathan here.
I mean, second does have the
Great
judge.
deal.
You might actually push into that A main corner.
What?
Play
I
behind
could,
box, and the opposite
I
would
could
take
come
the
over
big
to your
lead.
house
Okay,
tomorrow.
the one
We
way
could watch
side.
FaZe versus Navi. I could get back in time to stream Americas.
Not gonna see any action
But
on either of
I
those
could give you
setups,
money
though.
as
Yeah.
well.
There's the cove blooming down.
Yeah, and look at Texas' position this time. He is
So I need my money.
safe. He will not be dying.
You see
Nice
not.
hit on B.
I'm not allowing you to make that joke.
That early round was pretty
Bruno
rough.
wants to re-clear elbow, which is going to apply some pressure.
The Val bundle won't pay
Lev
for itself.
fearing that flank could come in, but they do have
The Val bundle will pay for itself, please.
That's not how it
At least
works.
MIBR have a bit to work with, though.
It will
Sequence
cost
of
your
them,
life. That joke will cost your
this
life.
round, in this game, where they're gonna have
I
set
think
work
you're
with this one.
very
Look at the
overreacting
man
to
Cameron
this.
up above, though.
And
Is
Minecraft.
the blade stop? It's very, very low. This gets tricky now for him to play that level of aggressiveness. That's
Yo,
not-
I'll burn you
yeah.
alive in
Straight up to
Minecraft.
Neon. Now another surely. Great blind.
The
But
Neon
came
ult,
off the reckoning.
pretty good,
Makes
pretty
it
good.
impossible for Sato to do a damn thing about him. Mazzino on the defuse attempt here.
Oh.
No way King wins this.
Okay.
Oh, he has Zol.
Now 1v2, but has a reckoning of his own.
I think there's a reason why they call him the
Initial
king.
great cloud burst to
Just
respond.
King.
And King surely spraying down. He's gonna have to go for this. He
Oh,
doesn't have time. He got
No,
the
he has time, he has
pressure
time,
in
he has
front.
time, he has time.
Zaverno will try and stick it. With 2 seconds left.
Close,
Man, that is
close.
as close as it gets. MIBR win the round,
Bro,
but
everyone on MIBR just looks
big
so
ult
feminine,
twos,
bro.
they get away with just the operator.
What
The
about
economy
ass
is going to
fast?
be,
Lost bonus resets.
yeah, in a tough place.
Isn't he
regardless.
Turkish?
No, he's Brazilian.
You know, on the positive, I do like how they
Not
played
bad.
this round with this retake generally. Getting back into the reckoning and using Zekin, sorry, with his ult to push all the way around back
30
site.
HP, by the
Tex
way.
just stays alive. and
Aspas
kinda
is the
retains
only
space towards,
Brazilian
half
player
court so
on
they can
Made
get
in
back
Brazil.
and go for that. But look at what it took for them to win a round.
So is that A main one way?
Huh?
That actually makes sense, you know.
Well, I mean, it was made in Brazil, so.
No, I don't even know MIBR meant that.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Well, I mean, what else would it mean? I know, but like, that's not something I think of.
Leviathan has more fucking Brazilian players.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think Neon just wanted to get out of there and cross, but
Which
Why
doesn't.
does Brazil have so many good players
Zekin is super
of video
good, but-
games? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when Osboss can just watch main for free and they're peeking into him, well, this round should be cooked. And that's good news for MIBR because we were setting this up as they don't have the loss bonus. They only saved one gun. They used their ults. If they lose this round, it feels like this half is completely chalked for them. But now
Mark my
they actually
words.
have a chance to
If
get back into
MIBR
this,
lose this
despite
round, I'll die to fall damage in
they're gonna
Minecraft.
continue to buy up.
But there's a nugget in this round, I think, for MIBR to continue to use. It's to slow the game down. Because if Aspas
my
wants to hold
hardcore
the
world.
line against a team that's maybe already used our drone, doesn't have that early flurry of control,
It's
still
5v1
up the map,
Kings.
smokes and walls,
Kings just gonna say.
then he's basically can solo hold one entire side of the map. But it's a question of can MIBR weather the storm in the first
That's a good
seconds
Vandal
of the round
skin.
and not be forced into retake immediately.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it feels like
I like the one
MIBR
that
are no longer comfortable in trying to
the Kuronami one.
like
That was
playing
good.
for some of the
I don't like
straight
how it
up
makes a
replays
sound when you
without
inspect
lacking
it
the
though.
odds. Like they succeeded in the last round.
Most
They
That's
skins
something I
do that.
definitely do.
They feel like they're going to be
I don't
able
like
to
that.
find more success fighting for this early space, getting Zekin entrenched. This is 2 rounds in a row that they put him here. It didn't come into play on the
Believe it or
last
not,
round,
but I do like to hear
they did well.
and inspect at the same time.
That's crazy.
The coach smoked to
Yeah,
get
and
under.
It's about stopping Lev and finding
Yeah, I know. I
advantages
mean, it's a
before
crazy
they're in the
world we
site,
live in
before
where
they have those
people
util
can just
setups
want
and the
to do that.
crossfires
But
going.
no, it's a controversial
Let's see
opinion.
what the adaptation is here from
That's
Lev.
my
They want to
opinion.
put some emphasis on mid rather than getting battered in the extremity. Oh, just a fast flip right into A.
Yeah, it's like a delay
Jesus
flip to A
Christ,
main
I walk away
hit.
for
Just
10
slows it
seconds and
down.
some
In fact,
2
it's
people are
Aldo
dead.
get first while the other arm of this pizza is fighting. I mean, MIBR, we're not ready for this at all. There's maybe some hope in this mid presence. Inferno can get something going, but that's it.
That's such a new Lev round. They will throw in, we've seen in all of their matches so far, these set
King is
ultra-fast
7-1.
executes on pivotal rounds.
Look at Spike's
On that one,
KD.
with the split through mid, also perfect time to do it. When you know that MIBR are now fighting for extremity control, you push into sight.
See, now that one was funny. Oh, Aspas just got
I
annihilated.
don't know how to
As
look at
those guys go
Spike's
through the
KD.
middle of the site, and
Look at his
then
player cam
Blue,
whenever
I'm pretty
the
sure
observer
Sato popped his
spectates
ult
him.
to get back A site to confirm the second kill. Like, that's a 6 strat they already have in the book, ready to go, and then they bring it out at
Well,
the
I'm guessing
perfect
it's
time
6
when
and 7, yeah.
MIBR made an adjustment
Maybe.
that they can now punish.
Yeah, the read, I think, about extremity
Yeah, look at
control.
Sato.
Let's just say that was his
All the way
6th kill.
back right here. This is so sick.
Oh, they're not ready for this at all. Oh my god. Yeah.
Let's just say he died every round up until that round, and then
Stunning round.
he got his 6th
That guy
kill.
looks
during-
like a certain type of people.
Don't say that.
Young mind.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Does that bring me back?
He's put something nice together in that previous round. He's round 9.
Sorry.
Yep, Lev are going to keep it simple, try to get a tag with this drone or the recon, probably rip the Sova ult, but that is not going to happen. Oh, great kill from us.
Fast with the first kill.
Let's listen to Leviathan as Blodzine tries to open it up.
Não peguei nada.
Eles são amarelo.
Isso de dastro, vou ter que ficar bom. Que põe amarelo de novo.
You translate, Theo.
Smoke dele. Tá.
There's one right there. One over there. One over there.
Então,
Nada costa, vou passar a bomba aí pra
Yeah.
passar a bomba.
banguei DD. Tem costa, velho.
Pula,
Amarelo.
He's under there.
Cara, tô com time.
Under where?
Tá?
You just said under where.
Tem DD.
That's what they're saying.
Valeu.
Unlucky, nice try.
Nice attempt from Blows, yeah, but that fast hit came through, the Sova ult didn't get the
Live
value,
translation
and
from the send.
MIBR set up a
Think of
really
it,
good
only
retake there.
bit
Their
you got
retake's
right
nice
was
when they
maybe
have
the last
ultimates.
part.
We've seen that twice now, where you have text cut off, everything towards main with the wall just
No, I think the
above
bit
the
before the
and
last
then
part
all
was right.
closer, so they divide the map
Nah.
with both of them, fight close,
I'd
the bubble
personally
runs
like
off,
to
so they
disagree
can
with
fight
that.
a little bit further off the Astra wall, and they
Would
even
you?
had Verno in the
Yeah.
double
Well, I
to
wouldn't.
tie up the loose end of someone from Lev trying to rewrap. We saw that on Sato's point of view. He just gets shot in the side and the round's just done. So, listen, at MIBR, they do have good retakes, but again, it's only happened on rounds where they have ults.
In fairness, I mean, like, Aspas is in the site with the op as well. More than happy to crack some heads together.
Again, there's that
Crack.
drop down cove, so Lev can work forward. They just want to burst out of
This
this.
is a golden timing potentially, though, Wyatt.
Harbor ult comes
There's a
out.
reckoning from Leviathan, headed over towards that
Yeah.
left side of the map. This is being watched for well, and Blozy, yeah, he's just dealt with. Now, though, Neon already on the side. Aspas down.
Verno
That's the also
6-7.
player missing. Verno's going to try and dog through here, but he's hesitant about it. Also try and get as much mileage potentially as possible. And there is a pincer emerging here for MIBR on the retake.
Yeah, how can Lev respond to this? It's tough to take forward space on this B site. So at the moment, they are just all gathered up. It feels like MRBR should be able to just pounce on this opportunity.
Flash through. This is MRBR trying to be disruptive midway through the execute. They're still
Okay.
on top, by the way. Neon's going to dash away. Now Zek looking a little bit more dangerous.
Really
He's
good
trapped the
retake.
Jet. Solo in the site with the spike out in the open.
Neon. Last year.
There's not a whole lot for Neon to see. And that's by design.
Covered by all sides.
3 points of the
It's gonna be a
compass
rough
are
one.
sitting in
If he
trench,
gets this off, I'll be
waiting for a
impressed.
sound cue. Neon
Me
are 14 and
personally.
6 after 10 rounds. Absolutely no slouch here on the Jet. But these are the rounds that are hardest to win. Tech's not showing there from
And
Arches.
knows the guy CT.
Neon really trying to hedge his
I
bets
mean,
in that
he's got
position, but it's about as
nothing
good as
there.
it
He
gets,
had
and it
nothing
ain't
to play
great.
off of there.
No good at all.
Great round from MIBR again. They're
Yeah.
trying to take control of the pace of the game by pushing down one of the extremities early. That time they do it down elbow, and that was the first time they've done that. First they catch blows in.
I mean,
That's
that's,
really nice.
you know, a rough spot to try
And
to
you said
retake
it, there was
from.
no time for, there was no timing rather for Lev to ever get the spike down, because they know that at any given moment with that Sky on the flank, they can just pop flash out of that smoke. They're going to get pushed from tunnel, pushed from half wall, and so they're just congested on the side. Like, it's so hard on B to try and push up and get any space, because
Here, can you look at your phone quickly?
so you just end up all being stood back sight, and eventually you're going to get collapsed on.
It's like you want to push off. It's kind of like the Lotus seaside problem as well. Like it's tough to push
This
off.
is all your fault, by the way.
Right, they don't pinged out there in mid, but it's probably not the most revelatory information for Leviathan.
Neon with the attack off on this round, and a variation from Lev in that they're taking a lot of space up elbow, taking space up mid. They want to see if they can find a pick towards this B side.
Huh, this high
You want me to
time's
keep it back?
actually going to isolate by
No.
accident almost. Yeah, Neon, I don't think he realised it at
If
first.
you're gonna say anything, just message me, bro.
Might have been a fast lane there, and look at Leviathan. They've just kind of given up all the space.
I'd kind of like to keep my stream
They
up.
contacted too early in the round because of the one
Yeah,
harbor wall.
that's a really cool high tide. It denies
You
anyone
can
from
probably get
elbow to push out effectively while you re-clear all the way down mid and take that space back.
Sarte's gonna be. He's on a solo line. No one there to watch him. He was expecting like an info push off the side, but 3 players from MIBR swung that. It's pretty hard to win out on those.
Did you message me?
So Lev, no, there's just like an overload of players over at B, so they're gonna try their luck here against Aspas himself.
They're making it seem like with the Sova drone, with the high tide going up, that they're going to go into that A site, but MIBR...
No, 'cause I thought you were gonna say something, so...
this fake is not going to work out. They need to get the kills here.
They did get Verno over out of the site for the time being, but now they're gonna stick to land, and there's gonna be some frags here for Leviathan. And that spike is still dropped in B main.
Yeah,
They're just playing for
MIBR,
exits.
they did not buy that.
MIBR
Now,
playing crazy
there
good
was
right now.
no rotation anywhere across the map in that instance.
Or to start the game.
But this is another round, Wyatt, where we're seeing a mid-round moment, or a method of disruption here from MIBR that really catches Leviathan off. Like, Lev thought they could
Imagine.
track all the way up to Crow's Nest. Seeing that harbor wall come in, Neon calls it. Like,
6-6 snap wouldn't be
He's
bad.
very uncomfortable in
It
that
could
spot,
go either way
and
here
then
this
he gets
game.
punished.
Yeah, the adaptation from MIBR halfway into the game of running these very disruptive, aggressive early rounds, and then in this case a mid-round, have been the recipe to success. Not playing dry retakes when you don't have the ults. And aside from that one nice preset round that was called by Lev, they have not been able to string anything together at the latter part of this half.
All right, last round of the half coming at you, folks. It's a one-round game after MIBR win. Jeez, quite a number in a row, at least 3. Neon here waiting for some action. Zekin obliges, but Aspas is there at least to take his pound of flesh. Oh, that is beautiful. Look how active Aspas is getting here. Spike dropped. Sato was a loose player yet again punished.
And that is why Aspas will always be
Ooh,
trying to
Spikeson has a
push as
good
much
timing
ahead
here if
as
he doesn't
possible.
pick up
No
that
matter
gun.
what the meta dictates, he will try to be on his best agent with his best gun. I mean, you could definitely say his best attribute as a player is just how dominant he has been as an AWPer for all of the years he's been playing.
What's the plan here for Spike? He actually might get walking up for him. Cracks on the corner. Spike not ready for that at all. He looked very uncomfortable.
Nice shot from
Amazing. We'll see
King.
what he can get done for this last round of the half here. King into mid finds one, and that's that. It's an even half, all said and done. MIBR have adapted to Leviathan.
Yeah, fantastic change to their style of play, realizing that
Really
retake
good
approach
recovery.
early on was not going to work against Lev at all.
Damn, bro.
Because of that. And Lev had a brilliant response on that one set.
Just ignore me like that.
I don't even know what you said.
But outside of that,
I said King. Is that a Kanye reference?
nullify MIBR just accelerating in the early round and really
Are you happy that you didn't hear it?
Yes.
For a coach or shot caller there as you make big adaptations and they
That's
give you
crazy,
some
bro.
results. And so we've got ourselves a tied game heading into the half on Breeze. Don't go too far. We're headed for a quick break.
It's fine, you're just a bully.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I'm gonna jump off a skyscraper in GTA.
In Minecraft. Alright, let me go for a piss real quick.
Good cobs.
What do you want me to say? I'm not going for a piss. I'm not going to say that.
Just say I'm gonna be right back.
No, I'm not one of those cunts. I'm a cunt that fucking says when I'm going to piss. I'm a man. if you don't say, if you say I'm going to the bathroom or I'll be right back, you're not a man. Oh yeah. 1 minute.
The last 4 rounds of the first half are snapped up by resurgent MIBR, who kind of cotton on a little bit to the game plan and start getting more active in the early and mid-round as defenders. Now, though, we're going to see them go on attack, and they are making use of this sky. We're going to be wondering, how can we get good value off of the Trailblazer? Are these flashes going to be well apportioned? Is it going to be enough when you don't have a way to get info deep into the site against Leviathan?
Yeah, the recon is so important at being able to set up your Neon when she's running in so far on these big sites. I also want to look at how this Harbor head-to-head is going to play out, because I think Mizzino had some really creative walls on defense that were very instrumental in winning his team round. So I want to see if King and Lev have that same level of creativity.
So a strict 1-3-1 here from Leviathan with players off of the sites. Now, though, they're going to have to get in there, but not before Blodine is taking that through the wall. Second handling that quite well. Here's the Trailblazer. A little short-range mission just to check close for anyone coming back in after the fact. It's going to be Spike, though, at the 4 with the Frenzy. Already dove into the Nebula and has his hands full. Zek at least able to take the trade now, and Verno wants to try and step up
You know
himself.
Zekman's
He'll have
1
his.
HPUs
There's 2
cannot
players here,
convert.
Leviathan, that have to put this together. They are desperately spread around the site, and King is just hoping for a raw timing. Maybe start to play off. They just in the night. They're just past each other. King onto the site. This is going to really throw things for a loop. And now the other shoe drops. Sato realizes Mizzino's playing off the site, and these teams have encircled each other. It's King. He's a step up.
What?
Oh my God! Was that King? Gross, man. Not enough to win the
But
round.
longer.
Utter filth.
That was disgusting, but ultimately irrelevant.
I just watched the replay.
Tell that to my cardiologist, Wyatt River.
So this execute, you can already kind of see a difference between the 2 harbors. The wall that is being used here from MIBR was way deeper. They take a lot of space, and they actually save the dog for late as well.
Sadness to happiness in 0.5 seconds. Yes, sir.
But that was an interesting use of the Trailblazer. I really want to see how they continue to try to max out the sky value.
Yeah, obviously, it's a really short-ranged recon tool, but...
Oh, this paranoia could cook.
Sato holding it. There it goes. Catches on the fork here. One player unaffected by it, though. He's Aspas, and he's able to take the kill. It's weapon advantage being let into here by MIBR as they just trot him up to the site. And as if to invalidate that, Aspas switches to the Classic for his 3rd. Blodine is hoping to have an exit here. If he can get MIBR down to 2 rifles out of the round, we'll consider that a dub.
Yeah, the 2 kills, that's basically the threshold of we did enough on this eco round. Lev will take it.
They've clocked in still, this is concerning now, as MIBR seem to have been able to leverage the momentum they built in the first half into a pretty nice attack side pistol round. And a follow-up here that basically leaves Lev with no room to breathe.
It does not seem like Blows has any intention of dying to MIBR, but that might have to be the case unless he catches one on the exit real quick.
Had a little footsteps.
Oh, that's
the
nice.
frag.
And goes down to the spike. So that's about as good as it could have gone for Blowzine at the end there.
Here's the first one before Paranoia.
Yeah,
and you still
man,
get
if that
punished.
caught Osboss, he's just out a little bit too wide.
Oh, I like that dash.
Of course, Spike is just going to be going in there with intentions of assuming they're on the right, going to kill the people that are blinded on the right, but Osboss was out in front, ready to go.
3 weapons had to be rebought though for MIBR.
And usually Osboss won't have to be out in front, ready to go with this comp. That's Zekin's job, so he can play a little bit safer on the executes, as he likes to do, just
Yeah, he likes to be second
naturally
in
as a player.
or follow up on like pretty heavy initiator util, right? Here's some of that. Flash, and Aspas goes in and says, well, that'll do it for me. Onto the side he is, hit the Paranoia.
Sato.
Sato though, waits a while, gives him the illusion of safety and then brings him down.
Just everyone died.
Hex now. A very, very lackluster attack round here for MIBR as they run into the brick wall.
Taking that back.
Yeah, they really just hit the pace going forward, and I don't think anyone cleared Sato, so he was able to just get the free kills in the back, and then Spike is able to peek from the left side
Where did Dog go is my question. Was there Trailblazer into B main or was it up elbow?
Got to target a star.
Probably the latter.
Did not see. All I saw was that the flash that went the left side of sight didn't ping Spike either, so I don't think they thought someone was playing close there. And so he was able to just set up the little cross with Sato, tucked right side corner here from Texas point of view, and it was free.
It feels like, yeah, your initiator util is really stretched pretty thin in moments like that. Dog is short range, and well, Guiding Light also can be evaded, right? You don't get a ping, you don't get a scan. It's a little tricky.
And when Neon does begin to pick up the off as well, that's nice from Sata. And then, wow, I mean, Verno was trying to get on the angle. Zekin was not ready for that at all. Again, probably because there wasn't a ping sound there. It was just more focused on someone being around that half-wall area.
Okay.
But I was just going to say really quick, yeah, with running the Sky and not the Sova, you don't have as good of tools to force an op or off of an angle without that drone or pinging them up with a recon.
Coming MIBR now, just want to keep their noses out in front. Similar looking round with Lev actually gambling elsewhere. So this is just a more lightly held site. It's an our drone here. Let's listen in MIBR as they hit this B site.
Yeah. I'll dog over right now.
Spike planted.
Stop a spawn. Call smokes.
Is smoke now?
I'm playing on top. Nothing goes
They don't
elbow.
have
They
flash,
smoke
guys.
elbow. They
I
smoke
have ult.
elbow.
I have ult if they try to go back.
Guys, if they come through, I flash me off.
I'll carry
Okay?
out. I'll carry
Guys,
out.
I'm gonna flash. Neon out. Neon out. Wait, I'm trying to do.
Backside, backside. I'm gonna play on top. Can you give me a star here?
Backside,
No, 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 no.
backside, single left.
Downside.
Suck, tap.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Nice try.
I was only that guy.
Yeah, it was one guy that beat the ult.
Well, that was a great retake from Lev. You see a moment there where the new harbor wall height actually really comes into play, because Osboss is up top and he's just looking at water in front of him while the rest of his teammates who are forward are getting completely isolated. Sick little two-piece from Spike. You have Tex on flank watch playing all the way back, so he's not able to contribute to the fight, but I mean, that's not his job to be contributing up there. So that's really just everyone on MIBR being divided by the util and
That wall wrecked them,
picked
man.
apart, yeah.
Like Aspas had to sit on the wrong side of it. Verno dropped down and actually tried to play through the high tide and
Yeah, and
got punished instantly.
he said something about calling to like flash through for them, but the flash did not come at the right time or the right place. Okay, and it's happening.
It's a good outlaw
The
round.
neon scoped weapon takeover can begin. We really haven't seen much of it in this stage so far because he's been playing different agents. He has been on the flex roll versus when you go back to kickoff, he was playing tons of Yoru, was opping constantly, and the Lev approach to the game really revolved around that and him as a player. But they've switched up the approach to the game, And it has worked out better, but you're still going to get maps and times where he can pick up an op, he can pick up an outlaw, and he is a force to be reckoned with. This dude is insane with those weapons.
Okay, well, that paranoia is enough to clear A main entirely. So the Verno threat is diminished. The rifle, though, is in the hands of Tex, and he, with the spike in hand, by the way, is pushed right up towards Archers.
Yeah, and with
Blue
this,
team heard that.
Yeah, he did. And with this man advantage and the great retake util that you have on account of Blow still having the recon, and you're going to have Spike able to get in, has the stun, you have the harbor wall, all that stuff. They're just going to give B-side and retake it.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, that's a great kill on the cross. Now Liv have to be worried about the flank.
Yeah, flash for the weapon, says Verno, and is ultimately going to be punished by Neon for that. Respected. Important to try and find a way in by a tunnel. There's Zekino on the side. He'll be alone here, and well, he's just met the shorty briefly. Number of guns being dropped away here, but Levitan are in a decent spot economically.
King didn't get it to half. That could come into play.
Yep. Second, ready to disrupt here. Half. He'll now step through, and he's brought down. Neon finds 4. Was the halving enough? Just.
Yeah, just barely. That was nerve-wracking. I really felt like the second clutch was about to come through when Spike was just feeling like he wanted to end the round and jump up and took that 1v1, but loses it. That flash from Verno kind of giving some false info there.
Yeah.
Making him think he could have gone for the cross. That was sick from Neon though, to start the round. A little flick onto Mazzino.
Vertical corrections, man. They are tough.
Wow. I mean, that was my shot too. He is pretty sick with it. This is going to result in the MIBR timeout. How are they going to address Neon having this operator? That is going to be tough. And also, how are they going to address setting up these post plants when we've seen over on that B side that Lev have been able to dominate them? Yeah, that last round, they already had the man advantage, they had the weapon advantage, sure. But looking at the other round prior, MIBR were not set up to deal with
do you mind explaining that Instagram reel you sent me?
At all. Their players were completely separated. Tex is totally out of the mix in main. Osboss is behind that wall.
You somehow found a way to mute yourself
What's
again.
going on. The flash wasn't able to connect onto anyone from Verno. They didn't have any counter utility of note, and Spike is just up in their face, deleting them, while the rest of the team are just racing in behind them. Like, this is going to be a really tough situation for MIBR, I feel like, to close out this game. They're fully investing into this round. This is
Did you manage to mute yourself again?
Feels like an inflection point around.
Yeah,
MIBR
absolutely.
are at least able to sit on this Cosmic Divide, which is going to be fantastic in the post plants. So Tex make great use of it on defense.
And this is a scenario again where retaking for Lev could be very advantageous, given that they have King's ult and they have Spike's ult to run back in.
Neon has to spend everything almost there just to get away from the Neon. Still, Zekin's going to command some attention in the middle part of the map, but okay. Through the Cosmic Divide, comes down early, splits the map here. Zekin actually heals the Bozine. He pushes straight down mid because there's just no information on that position. And now they own this double door spot.
Pretty sick, fast execute. I'm pretty sure because of the wall being up, it was also obscuring the audio for Zekin running around in mid. And King used his Reckoning really early there, by the way. It seemed like he thought there was going to be heavy presence coming through double doors, but it wasn't. It was just Zekin. He sent out a Reckoning that hit nobody. So, massive tool just wasted early on, didn't get value, and now Lev just have to save.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide found more than just that sort of value as being a wall, right? And sort of in terms of blocking up the sound in mid, it also was like breaking up the back of A side here, so it had to be given up entirely by Leviathan.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Zekin's point of view on that replay to see how he was getting away with the kills and if it was the wall kind of influencing what people thought was going on because they couldn't hear. Like, I think that maybe is why King, he was behind the wall and thought there were more people there but didn't have audio, but he just assumed there was a heavier split, so he sent the Reckoning. We'll see that.
So Zekin goes looking for... I mean, but that's just nice.
Yeah, that's just a crazy timing there.
Dude, he jumped past me and I full whiffed, and then I just swung here and one-tapped the Sova. He's so mad.
Yeah, that's kind of what is so obscene about that clip. And obviously he does so with, you know, his movements obscured. Like, King doesn't know what else is going on up there in mid, like you pointed out. Here we go, quick play and elbow here for MIBR. They are going hard at it, and it's Spike who actually wins it out against Zekin. Harness Fury as well reveals Verno's position. That's quite telling. That's the solo initiator for MIBR lit up.
Yeah, was that just Verno sending a fast flash into elbow and Zekin trying to capitalize off of it? But he's shut down by Spike. But at least off the noise, MIBR, they find a timing window to get into this A site and get the Spike down. But now they're contending with a retake with tons of utility. King has everything ready to go.
Aldrone here doesn't do a whole lot to shift anything from the site.
Verno could be crucial on this late mid-wrap.
They are now, I think you're aware, you got to do more than that, and there it is, the late re-wrap for Verno. Catches out Sato, who was hoping to try and double down on Aspas' position. This has basically gutted Leviathan's retake potential entirely, but King, he's already in the site. He's been left here and has to try and make something of it. That's Mazzino dealt with. Now maybe a chance to double back, but Neon is out of there. Practically a non-participant.
It's so tough for King. He has to tap it and try to get the star out, and then, I mean, that's just a nightmare. See, in a round like, in this round, it kind of feels like MIBR making a similar adaptation to what they did on the last half, but in reverse. And that this time they get the Spike down, and before the retake can come in, they do something disruptive, fighting indoors. They have Verno set up for the pinch at the same time. When that fight was taken, he gets a free kill shooting someone in the back. So it's again this disruption before all of that util can come down for the retake. And on the other half, it was disrupting before all that util could come down for the execute, so they didn't have to retake. So it's like the inverse, but kind of the same logic behind the adaptation.
But the three-player retake for Leviathan just got absolutely boomed as they try and make their way down mid. That's the takeaway. That's the second round that we've seen MIBR find success in mid. And that's even after being down a player early. Crow's Nest won't see anything for the time being. Zaka must dive for this overdrive at the ready. Into the site behind the Trailblazer here. I don't think it's stuck any information up because it's an MTR site.
Neon does not have an opportunity to find a kill with that high tide in his face. This time, MIBR want to play way closer on the choke points than they did on the last.
Here's a reckoning, though. This makes it a little uncomfortable to work through this part of the map. Not to mention, it cuts Neon out of the action. No way on there, buddy. No.
5v4 retake. Yeah.
Sure.
Every piece of harbor you
That's the
did,
opener. Is Paranoia.
minus the
Spike actually being affected by, but he's already going to get himself
whatever the fuck
low
is.
now. Cloudburst is pretty telling here. Let's try and get a shoulder pick, but
Spike
actually getting it up.
Stars, like-
Okay, Zumo Mechanics just wins it out. Now Zekin's going to be pushed from both directions, and on Tex here from a distance, eventually he will be lit up himself. And a comfortable defuse here to make it, again, an even game.
These P retakes from Lev are just so nice. The amount of delay that MIBR had with the high tide, and then after that, they throw up the Reckoning to delay. Yeah, this just straight spam is also definitely pretty helpful for getting back in. But still, the util finds so much value. He has the Cove Lake to throw down, activates the shield. Spike gets that absurd kill backside with the jump, but I think even if he didn't get that kill, there was another guy swinging with him. Like, it was all looking good for Lev, but yeah, it does help when King also gets the spam kill to open things up.
Get out of my way.
One way's going to be an A main here for Leviathan, but I don't think it's going to slow MIBR down at all. No, they're going for it. Neon, though, that's a pretty important kill. Aspas there, the sort of late re-wrap potential's been shut down. No double door action unless it's taken up by Mazzino here.
Oh, and now Second is on the run. MIBR wanted to take some forward space, but well, the mission is still on. Here's Mazzino in the smoke.
The assignment hasn't changed.
Does he win that?
A little too low. Teammates go face to face there, inches apart. And it's shorty for shorty action there. Zekin onto Neon, and man, Neon getting around. Drop straight on down.
This guy's just having too much fun.
Not a damn thing he could do about it. However, Verno here.
Time has ticked away.
Doesn't look like there's any util to play off of. Unlikely that flash recovery either. And Sato is flush with util. He'll be able to block this choke up quite happily. But Neon's down. Here's the tap. Verno's going to step up here. Some spam through. Sato
Ooh, on the last couple of votes.
Verno will find purchase through the smoke. And a clutch moment powered by Red Bull for young Verno.
Can't help but feel like Lev in that 2v1 were playing at the slowest pace imaginable. Guys, the clock is ticking. Can we accelerate a little bit? I mean, they were slow on the decision making there.
One enemy remaining.
Ridiculous.
I mean, Neon is going off right now.
Enemy remaining.
Sitting at 22 kills.
This guy's just flying all over me, dude. It's like a little fly.
That is what flies do. That's why they named him that.
That's the namesake, the whole thing.
Yep.
MIBR up mid. This time they want to push through. Flash doesn't connect onto anyone.
Ooh, Spike
Ooh,
dangerous.
what a slide.
You got a lot of bullets in that chamber, and still not one of them able to do Zekken in. He'll get healed up, top back up to 100. And that's important. Get a foothold in elbow. Now look at it. Leviathan, they're actually anchored in this site, trying to use some high ground. Sato here with a one-way for himself to play off of, but MIB have actually slowed it up. Look at them sitting in the choke. This is dangerous.
Hasn't like gone for a wee bit though.
Seconds waiting for his swing.
Where are you? Where are you?
He's gonna be joined here. Well, he was joined
Taking
by
a shit.
Good
Musically
comms.
vaporized under the attentions of Mazzino.
Well, you're the one that asked, bro.
They've been very active at trying
How
to
much views you got?
get
A
inside
million, I'm
the frame
guessing?
here.
Yeah, yeah. 9 billion.
Santos dealt with Mazzino. Now what do you do? Fall off this maybe?
Shit. More than how many humans are alive?
Yeah.
You
I've got
Actually, it probably has about 9 billion. Like, because undocumented people are like,
yeah, you
a
think
lot.
about like the Amish people and that.
I know, like, and like, like, you know, if illegal immigrants, they have kids, I don't think they'll be documented either.
I mean, they might be.
Also, places like India, I don't think they can track that.
That many people.
Yeah. India and China and shit, like, I'm sure there's a lot of undocumented people there.
Really important round to win. My goodness, the last two back-to-back.
Alright, let's go back to the game. Let's go back to talking about the game, you fucking off-topic Nathaniel.
But here's that flash mid for info in the double door. It does give a sound cue.
It's right back to main. Just straight up execute off the high tide.
But like there for Sato. Has to fall off that pyramid spot. Hasn't quite been finding connections this game.
And with that spike being planted, that gives the reckoning to Mazzino.
Barbaro just straight away taking space.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Must be you.
Mazzino's just out in the open. Zekken needs to find the kill. He finds one.
Neon.
And that's
in a 1v3
game.
and 18 points of health. Not a comfortable spot to be by any stretch. And MIBR demonstrate why they felt strongly about picking Breeze to start this series.
Play
Nice
some
recovery after
Battlefront.
a brutal last week.
Fuck it.
And they're on the board in this series.
Yeah, maybe it comes down to some of the player experience, honestly, because I think in those
we go
last few
to
rounds when
Lev's
it
pick
was in
next.
the clutch, gritty moments, it was Lev who were able, or sorry, it was MIBR who were able to dig deep, work better off of each other with the few players that were remaining, or that 1v2 with Verno, and it felt like the players on Lev were slow, just a little bit more, I don't know, confidence, kind of feels like experience that was coming through that allowed them to win out the really tough rounds. Because I think prior to that, both teams displayed a lot of good stuff on this.
Battlefront Plus got an update. Okay.
High quality from both of them. I feel like both of them had a better showing than they did the last time we saw them on Breeze, honestly. That was just kind of a banger map.
Yeah, great start to this series. We are hoping for this one to go all the way to buy, but stick around, of course, our next map just around the corner. It'll be Haven. Don't go anywhere.
I would also like this game to go all the way, but at the same time, I'd enjoy being able to script a video and play Valorant before fucking dying. So.
Want to find your fastest server every
Before
time?
dying.
Express like
Yeah.
Pro and optimize your
And
usage
GTA,
with one
of
tap.
course.
Express in game without ISP.
Of course,
drop.
of course.
Express and shield
Can't
yourself
forget
from
it.
DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN.
I wonder if my PC's strong enough to dual stream on Twitch and YouTube.
Expressway. Fast, stable, competitive.
Oof.
Outplay the world. It's
Oh,
time
that's
to
the test, isn't it?
cosmetics, including lightning kicks buddy and more.
That is the true test of time. Fucking 165 people playing fucking one game mode on Battlefront right now. This is a Battlefront mod.
Okay, I'm going to lower your volume on OBS just in case you do slip up. But I'm hoping you
I
won't.
won't.
And I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
So let me know what you prefer, Instagram Reels or TikTok. Personally, I don't know. It's kind of like a little bit 50-50. It just depends. Like, because sometimes when my Reels get like, they get fucking like movie clips and show clips. I fucking hate that. Like, if I wanna, I can just watch the show. You know, show me like something funny. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me though. Let me know what you guys think.
do Rossi impressionantes ainda vai ter essa cura por aqui, mas o próprio Popping elevado virou contra é o Blondie!
Tex under immense pressure trying to call in reinforcements. Now he doesn't need it. Oh man, keep lining him up for him. He will knock them down. Bring me an he says, I'll take my 4th.
If you saw the beginning of this map, I don't think you can predict who ended up winning. MIBR get the win 13-10 on that map of Breeze. And Fraud, it really took everything to bring it back. What was happening after it was 0-6 for the teams to start getting a little bit more active and get that comeback happen?
Yeah, it was a tough start, like losing pistol and then losing 2 gun rounds. Like, it almost felt like we didn't even start the game yet. I mean, it was really hard to get a read on them, what they were doing, but I think we just kind of had to set the tone a little bit better on our defense, like start pushing them, not let them feel so comfortable taking all the space they wanted. So I think once we adjust a little bit and actually like played the game out a little bit, because yeah, like you said, like 5 rounds, 6 rounds go by, we felt like we only played 2 rounds. So once we started settling in a little bit more, we got a good read on them, and it kind of transitioned over to the attack side where we had a good read and just had a couple difficulties to close it out, but it was a good game, especially starting off so bad.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to heaven.
MIBR pick up a much-needed victory against Leviathan, map 1 on Breeze. And one of the interesting things about that setup was what we were seeing from both squads, because we were getting a little mirror double duelist setup here. Don't lose wingman.
Oh my
you know?
God,
You gotta
sorry.
keep
He
him-
just so
you
he's
gotta keep him.
that game was so exciting.
Yeah,
he's just jumping out of his seat.
Jumping for joy.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this double duelist, because
Oh, yeah.
you know, dueling, double duelist, but more importantly, you heard Fraud talk about it, the aggression. That's what we were starting to see from these roles.
Yeah, the adaptation was really good, because at the beginning it felt like they were going a little bit slower, trying to get onto these sites really slowly, and it did not work out for them. Even on those retakes, they were so slow. A lot of the time we saw the spike going down to such a little amount of time left on the defuse. It was really scary, but what we did see is they started zooming, and this was really in part to the 2 duelists on MIBR, because both Zekin and Ospas, they started taking a lot of those aggressive angles. They were getting onto sites, getting a lot of those trades, and having really good crossfires. And I think we talked a little bit about Ospas,
Bro,
you know,
CS commentators, man, you gotta love them.
and we saw it there with the operator walking down elbow, getting them.
If you don't like 93 until infinity and you say you like rap, like, you're lying, bro. You're lying. 93 till infinity is a godly tier song.
Zekin and Ospas were playing a lot more cohesive. It really worked for them and won them a lot of these rounds. And I really do gotta say, I like what Fraud said in that interview, how, you know, he felt like they had really good reads on them, because there is something I do want to highlight here for them. If I can get this telestrator going.
Yeah, no, because I know you wanted to talk about it,
Yeah.
because there are great things that we are seeing here from both teams, but most importantly for MIBR, this was, as I mentioned at the top, this was kind of the wake-up that they needed.
Yes, a pivotal moment in that game was when, you know, MIBR, they got destroyed on going for a mid default. Levitt just completely shut them down, and then they took a timeout, they came back, and they had the right read. If we look it up here, let me zoom in real quick. If we look at the mini-map, Lev were set up to do a B main aggression because they just shut down MIBR mid. They thought, you know what, maybe they're gonna go pivot back to their bread and butter, which is just going for straight XX, but that's not what we saw. We saw them setting up for a very fast mid split using all 3 of their ults right after this timeout. So let's see it going here. Let me fast forward for you guys. So what we have here is they pushed down all 3 B main with the Omen and Neon, right? At the same time, we are throwing a Cove mid, using our Astral here in a second to cut off sight, and just full sending our Neon up here.
Yeah.
We see it play out. We see them get heavily pressured here in mid. Let me clear the screen here. And instead of just kind of backing off or trying to force through it, we see Zekken actually pivot back towards this mid side here and let the rest of his team kind of work up towards A main, using that Sky ult, gaining space. Meanwhile, Zekken, he actually almost had an opportunity to kill that Neon, but went right past him. And instead chose to push through mid and go for this kill here on blows in mid. And then a great call by Verno is instead of just kind of focusing on sight, he decided to go back towards mid doors and help Crunch. To try and keep this space, which ultimately won them round and gave them complete control over A side. Using all three of their ults, great call coming in from Coach Fraud, just to kind of keep that momentum, not let Leviathan run away with it. And we saw this repeat throughout the rest of the game. That's actually how they ended up closing out the game, is just kind of running those really fast-paced splits, and it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, it feels like they really sped up the rounds when they realized that the slow defaults just weren't working. And I think that was a really good example because Zekken, he took that timing. Then with the timing, he had that micro play to go back towards mid, like you said, capture rotators. A lot of these little small things is what really added up for MIBR to kind of bring back the momentum.
And this is what they need. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for MIBR.
Hey, let me play the fucking game.
Lock it up in
Like
map
that.
2. On the other side for Leviathan, you're looking at a game that was very much within your grasp.
Yeah.
And it slipped away through to some great calls that were being made on your opponent's side. Not necessarily what you were doing wrong. They were having to figure out that puzzle. And it does feel like, Athena, for Leviathan, there is a great opportunity here to really kind of reset things and maybe push us to map 3.
Yeah, it feels like they're really going to have to settle. This is their map pick, which is a good thing. They obviously have something planned. And maybe a lot of those defaults or slow hits, they're going to be able to hold no matter what, because it's really important that they make sure they're ready for that switch up of tempo again from MIBR.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see what's going on over on the other side with Leviathan. We had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Owner heading into map 2.
Our second map is going to be Haven, and it is Lev's map pick. Owner, I want to ask you a little bit about what happened in that last series. It felt like you guys had that lead in the map, and then it kind of slipped through your fingers. Is it something related to the team, or is it maybe a little bit of what the other side from MBR were doing with Aspas and Psycho?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have it until you close the game. So yeah, we started very well on attack, but I think that there's like a couple of rounds that we could have closed. Like we were like in advantage, 5 against 4, and they played aggro. They won those rounds. So even with losing those rounds was pretty close, you know, on their pick. So of course they also play very well. So I think it's a little bit of...
Yeah, that's actually kind of true. Like,
sounds good. Thank you so much.
if you're playing a Star Wars mod where you have like almost like tens of different heroes to play and villains, like you pick BB-8.
XL2566X
Like, come on, bro. What you doing? Get fucking go,
and upgraded Diac 2 technology.
Like, you can play like Darth Malgus and shit.
Focus and avoid
Come on, man.
distraction of unwanted
You gotta...
caused by rapid motion. Zowie.
My god, I can't hit a shot, I can't hit a shot. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Well, it's a guaranteed spot on the playoffs on the line in this game for MIBR, but for Leviathan, it's that guaranteed #1 seed heading into playoffs, which for them would be great to coast through comfy and try and get a
What
decent
the
matchup
fuck?
to
That's
kick things off and really
fucking Zay.
galvanize their chances.
I don't know
making
if
it
I
out
have
to
to
a
call
draw.
him
But
his
before we get there, we've got a second
streamer
up in
name.
this series. It's time for Haven. After MIBR surprise us with a Breeze pick, we're headed off to a map that feels a bit more familiar for both of these teams.
Leviathan destroyed C9 on this map. They pick it into MIBR, who I think look beatable. They beat Loud 13-10, but I feel like there were some flaws in their approach. They've actually made a comp change. Tex is going to be on the Chamber instead of the Vice, which I think is maybe a bit peculiar going into a game where you know that Lev are going to be playing Neon Phoenix. Vice definitely
Mac
should've gotten some
DeMarco is a
value,
goat.
so we'll see how they
If you say, I don't think Mac DeMarco is a goat. I don't really like his music. He just don't have good ears.
Lev have the best protocols for dealing with Vice utilities, so maybe they just want to take a completely different approach and kind of enable Tex to go crazy.
Yeah, we didn't really have a chance to touch on in the previous round, but having that shock dart in the Sova comps, pretty important to sort of clear out some of that Sentinel util that threatens to offer stopping power against your fast-paced double duelist setups.
Yeah, so that's something that MIBR will be lacking with the Fade, but the Chamber trip won't be too important compared to if they were playing the Vice. But let's see what Lev are going to do on this pistol. They've got everybody towards C long, and it's just a slow walk down from MIBR out double doors.
Tech's already getting pretty far forward here. Put that headhunter on the corner. So certainly some action to be seen for the Chamber, and then a potential to get off that line.
So there was no noise on C. They didn't even go for the orb.
Okay, Tech's getting ready now. Spots all of this out. Nice opener there, and head rolling already, and Tex and Zek can combine nicely. That's going to be awkward here for Leviathan to bounce back from. Down on Neon and King, and they're a little split across the map, such that Aspas might be able to drive a wedge between them.
Nah. That's just fucking bullshit. I'm going off this fucking shit-ass game, bro.
King pretty low HP at the moment.
Neon could catch a timing crossing, but in fact he might look to get into Garage here.
And of course, MIBR can just group up, retake this together. Mazzino has his smokes. He has a paranoia. They have a haunt to play with. Aspas still has the dash.
30
so
seconds left.
They've got every advantage you could possibly want in this situation.
This is pretty heads up by Aspas to pick up this position. Neon's now giving himself away. Aspas with the approximate location of the rendezvous known.
Player standing.
Doesn't really matter in the end. He'll eventually be able to spring forth and take some shots at the back of Neon. It's on King. 48 points of health. I think this should be pretty illuminating if he's not spotted out by that haunt. On the back of the side, that's one. Not too shabby for King. That's his third for the round. On for the ace if he can somehow find a way through here. Verno steps up it quickly and puts MIBR with a pistol round on the board.
Yep, just not going to be any way. MIBR just get a great catch walking down mid. His timing from Tex getting up really close, and he's playing off second, taking contact, just jiggling, a little bit more towards that garage door. Just enables him to get the man advantage, and it's just so simple from there. They have great utility to play the end of round. And for a pistol as well, you're still working with the paranoia, the smokes, and the prowler, and the haunt. Like, they got so much to work with, so pretty easy.
Aspas has already taken up the outlaw here. Just playing that A main position. This is a bit more of a passive angle for Tex, but he still does see that Neon presence. Player, not the agent. I mean, the agent's there as well, but I digress.
Spike has gotten really close with his shorty. Okay, that could have been a kill.
The spacing is a bit weird. Sato is ahead of the curve, so to speak. It's a flash and a blaze wall that doesn't really get crossed in the end because there's a defensive one thrown up by Zekin, who's ready with the stinger to go. Hearing all of this scuttering around on the site. Plays on his own flash, gets in there. And 3 on the round for Zekin, make it 4. And of course, that will be all she wrote here for Leviathan. Neon here just looking for Suttons on the way out.
Zekin ult too, by the way. Gets that.
Oh, very
just
cool.
Harvesting all of those eco players, so time to use that to try to win the bonus round.
Yeah, you're playing on curve in that sense. Neon here obviously has no option to go and pick up the spike. He does know that, again, if he can put MIBR in a position where they can only take the outlaw and fan him out of the round, he's happy, but
30 seconds
not
left.
a huge loss for MIBR if they were to lose a player chasing Neon down. It's just that there's not